him earlier. Of course, he added that the only reason he came was to look for someone to fight and beat to death. His intimidating expression and choice of words made the girl wonder what kind of chaos he was planning to stir up this time. But since there didn't seem to be any immediate signs of trouble, she just wished him good luck. Half of the day passed, and nothing exciting happened to make Mu's day interesting. On the floor below his class, two students were chatting about the recent events at school. Those two happened to be Kang and a girl from his class. Since he always seemed so clueless about anything going on at school, the girl was filling Kang in about the second-year student who had recently been humiliated. She explained the details with a bit of gossiping flair, while Kang listened with mild curiosity, still trying to piece together what had been happening around him. As the school day came to an end, Kang and the girl began walking toward the exit, with her eagerly explaining everything she'd heard in detail. According to the rumors and what she knew, the nerdy guy, who used to get bullied all the time, had one day turned the tables on his tormentor. He beat the bully so badly that the guy lost consciousness and had to be rushed to the hospital. If that wasn't shocking enough, the nerd had supposedly ripped off the bully's ear in a wild move, earning him the nickname Neutered from then on. Kang had no idea at first that she was talking about Lee, but as she described the incident, along with Hyung's appearance, especially his ripped-off ear and Mu's suspicious behavior, Kang quickly pieced it all together. There was a high chance that the nerdy guy she was talking about and Lee were the same person. It suddenly hit Kang. Hyung's crocodile tears and his whole act of pretending to be a victim had been a ploy to manipulate him into taking action. But since it was all in the past and there was nothing he could do about it now, Kang decided to let it go, at least for the time being. On his way back home, what Kang didn't realize was that he was taking the same path as Mu. Mu, meanwhile, was feeling disappointed and frustrated that his day had turned out to be so dull. Everyone at school had been too busy scribbling away on their notebooks or phones, and there hadn't been a single invitation to fight, or even the confirmation of one. Just as Mu was about to sink further into hopelessness, something caught his eye. It was Kang, of course, awkwardly walking and looking visibly embarrassed as he chatted with his female friend. Since Kang was wearing glasses and a mask to hide his face yesterday, Mu didn't recognize him right away, but something about him felt oddly familiar. His hair color, height, and build seemed similar, but his muscle size and its form was the one that sparked Mu's suspicion. In just a second, that suspicion turned into certainty. He completely lost control and shouted, "It's that guy from yesterday!" His loud voice and sudden outburst, of course, caught Kang's attention. Kang turned his head, and the moment he did, he saw Mu charging toward him with a crazed look on his face. Without thinking twice, Kang bolted, running as fast as he could, leaving his shocked friend behind. As Kang sprinted away, he couldn't stop wondering how Mu had recognized him. He was sure the expensive mask and glasses he'd bought were enough to hide his identity, so why was this lunatic chasing after him? Kang couldn't come up with an answer, but he knew one thing for sure. He couldn't let himself get caught. The last thing he wanted was for this crazy guy to report him to the police or something equally disastrous. Desperate to escape, Kang decided to make an unpredictable move. He spotted an alley up ahead and, without hesitation, veered off his path, jumping straight into it in hopes of losing Mu. Mu kept chasing after him, determined not to let Kang get away so easily. But as he turned into the alley, Kang was nowhere to be found. It was like he had vanished into thin air. Mu had been looking forward to using this perfect chance to fight Kang, but his hopes were crushed when he realized he was gone. Dragonling popped out of Mu's shirt, asking if that was the same guy who had dared to challenge his lord yesterday. Wanting to help his god track down the rude human, the little lizard requested permission to sniff him out using the strong male scent he had picked up when Kang hit him the day before. Mu gave him the green light, and Dragonling immediately sprang into action, sniffing around like a well-trained puppy. Just as Mu's assistant was fully committing to his new role, someone suddenly appeared right in front of him, stopping him in his tracks. Lucky enough not to get stomped on, the little lizard tilted his head up to see who it was. To his surprise, it wasn't Kang at all, but the president girl from Lee's class. She stood there, stunned, staring at him with wide eyes. Her shock didn't last long, though. It quickly shifted to a delighted blush as she looked at the adorable little lizard. Clearly, it was her first time seeing something so cute, and she couldn't help but be intrigued. The Dragonling had no idea who this girl even was, unaware of the fact that unlike other humans, she actually loved lizards more than anything else. Without thinking about himself that he was a demigod and wasn't supposed to be seen by humans, he casually told the girl to step aside so he could finish his task. Things didn't go as he expected. The girl, completely ignoring what he said, fearlessly scooped up the little lizard in her hands like it was a stuffed toy. The Dragonling was totally caught off guard and struggled to wriggle free from her grip. Frustrated and feeling helpless, he snapped at her, giving an angry warning, reminding her that he wasn't someone she could just mess with or be rude to. For a brief moment, he wished he had even a tiny bit of his magic left to launch a spell and escape. But while the dragonling saw this girl as a nuisance, maybe even an enemy, the girl didn't feel the same. In fact, she found him absolutely fascinating. Despite his strange and unique appearance, she couldn't believe she was holding a talking lizard in her hands. To her, he was the cutest, most adorable thing she'd ever seen, so much so that she